Do you want the best fan-made content for this Premier League season?
Bring in that real fan experience. Want to see some crazy?
Wherever you are in the world,
bringing you the latest opinions
and fan reactions.
Back again.
Welcome to FanPark Live.
Brand new shows every week.
UFF are going hard this year, you know. So make sure you lock in.
Come on!
Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.
Women linesman. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live, hosted by me, Adam Charles, from the Fifth Official. Again, I'm joined by Claude and Chris. How you both doing?
Not too bad. Had an interesting conversation.
Yeah, we had a very interesting conversation, and
we'll get into it.
Hopefully, we will get into it at some point during this 45-minute. No, we're gonna touch on it because let's face it, we just watched a dead game of football. We just watched Tottenham play against Brighton and Hove Albion. And although Tottenham are winning still, I believe 2-0, the first half was atrocious.
Tottenham fans won't mind though.
Tottenham fans, you're right. They probably won't mind.
I mean, Tottenham, they done what they had to do. Good away win. Yeah, hurts me to say, but that's an Arsenal fan. But it's a good away win and well deserved 3 points. I thought the turning point was that miss from the Brighton player. What was his knockout? That miss there. I think he should have done better with it. Yeah, could have turned the game. But at the end of the day, quality told with the finishing, didn't it? With the Spurs finishing, with Lamella there. With that quality, I mean, that's what Brighton lacked. And at the end of the day, not a very good game. I mean, not a very good game at all. But Spurs won't complain. They've stopped the rot, as I would say. And
three games they lost in a bounce.
And well, Pochettino's got a little bit of a break now, hasn't he? So,
well, I mean, I'm going through their last games. Obviously, they played Newcastle, Fulham, and United. Won those first three. Lost to Watford away. Losing to Liverpool at home. You'd want to take not just 3 points because you're at home, but even against a strong Liverpool side, you'd want to take something from it.
Of course.
And again, losing to Inter Milan, I think even that loss was more about the nature.
A game which they should have won as well.
Yeah, they should have won, but again, it's the way they lost it. So, listen, at the end of the day, 6 games played now, 12 points. You're still, at this point, in 5th place. 1 point behind Watford. 3 points behind Chelsea, 4 points behind City, and 6 points behind Liverpool. So similar to the conversations that we've been having about United throughout. It's a case of it's still early enough to call it a blip. I don't think that little spell of losses doesn't necessarily dictate how their season's going to go. People are going to see the fact that they're going to look at the fact that they didn't sign anyone during the summer and be like, okay, they should have done that, they should have done this. All of a sudden, Pochettino's under pressure. I mean, Pochettino's presser after the Inter Milan game didn't really look good because he was acting in a way that we're not used to seeing him.
Because he was clearly feeling the pressure himself.
Of course. But at this point of the week, you just want the win. You just, you want Kane scoring.
Slightly at the moment, I would say they're about behind Liverpool and Man City and probably tussling with Chelsea for that.
Well, I think if you're a Spurs fan,
although Chelsea have started brilliantly, I must say, but I don't think they'll.
Are you expecting, both of you? Are you expecting Spurs to kick on, or do you think that they're going to remain behind Chelsea, behind City, Liverpool?
If you'd have asked me after the Man United game, I would have said, football can make a fool of you, can't it? I mean, if you ask me, mate,
that's why it's important not to be knee jerk, right?
Yeah, no, but football can make you look silly. But if you asked me about after the Man United game, I would have said they'd be very close with Man City and Liverpool. But I'm looking at their last few performances. Although they got the win today, they got a good win today. I think they're slightly behind them two at the moment.
Yeah,
probably with Chelsea, they'll be battling for that third spot with Chelsea. I think that would be the top 4. Actually.
So what is it that makes you think that they're behind those two? Is it the fact that they haven't made any signings, and is it tactical? I don't know, because I think it's interesting that after the Manchester United game, you would have said that they were up there, but after that result, after the Liverpool result and the Watford result, now you're saying that they're behind. So what's the difference between what you thought before and after?
I think they make too many errors. Even when they're playing well, they make too many errors that let teams into the game. I don't think they're sometimes not clinical enough. I think there's a reliance on Harry Kane a bit too much.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree with that. Yeah,
okay.
And I just feel they're just a little bit short still. I still think they're a bit short. I think squad-wise as well. I don't think they've got anyone to come in if there's any injuries as well.
Okay.
And now they've got a bit of a problem with the goalkeepers. I mean, he wasn't really tested. I don't think this keeper they had in today is that brilliant. I mean,
was it Gazzaniga?
Yeah.
And so they've got a bit of a problem now. They've got 2 keepers that are injured as well.
Yeah.
So that could take its toll. But as I say, I think it's them and Chelsea for 3rd and 4th. I think you see that. You can see. I know it's early. I know you're going to say it's early.
Where's Arsenal?
I think Arsenal are either 5th or 6th this year, possibly.
Okay. Let us know if you agree. 020360600315. We have an Arsenal fan on the line right now, and we're going to take that call and get into
Yes, a nice objective opinion.
Yeah, of course. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name? Who do you support?
Jim.
Oh, man, like Jim again.
Jim.
Yes, my guy.
Speak up,
How
my
you
bro.
doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good. Talk to us, Jim.
I think Tottenham. I think they've proved to everyone why they will never challenge for a title as long as they're not spending the right amount of money on the right position.
Jim, hold on just 1 sec. Can you please speak up a little bit because we're struggling to hear you?
Okay, I just basically said that I think Tottenham have proved to everyone that they won't win a Premier League title until they decide to spend the big bucks.
Okay, and how have they proven that?
I think again they've shown that when the pressure's not on, their players are able to perform.
Right.
When the pressure's on and they have to win a must-win match, they won't win it because they're Tottenham, and they've never won a trophy in I don't know how long. I think over 10 years.
Is that down to experience as well? That these players are getting getting older. Will that count this season of these players? Because it's a very young team, isn't it?
Is it? They've got
quite
some
young.
old players.
It's quite
Vertonghen's
young,
not 30.
but it's quite.
I think it's. I
think there's a nice little mix.
Yes, it's nice balance.
There
You've
are a
got.
few.
If you're talking about older players, you've got Lloris, you've got Vertonghen, you've got Alderweireld, you've got Rose. I wouldn't say he's young. I would say he's in the peak of his career. You got. I think the majority of the players are in like their peak of their careers, mid to late 20s.
Yeah, but
they don't have a lot of veteran players.
The only problem is that Tottenham have peaked at a bad time where they've got Man City
Maybe
in a good era sort of thing, and Liverpool. Tottenham have just peaked wrong time. If they peaked like this maybe 5 years ago, they would have won the league. They've peaked too late.
So you think that they need to sign more players in order to keep up with the Man Cities, the Liverpools, the Arsenals? Because I'm not having it. They're not a bigger club than Arsenal. So
yeah, I agree with you. I think they need to spend on central midfield, Thiago from Bayern Munich, because Moussa Dembele, as good as he was for the past 3 seasons, he's not the same.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This isn't football
manager. If they
this
sign
isn't
someone like
FIFA,
Thiago,
bro. Like they're not getting Thiago.
You don't really see Thiago going to Tottenham though, do you?
No, I don't. They're not a big enough club. They can't attract players.
So like that's not.
You won't want to go to Tottenham. What's the point in leaving Bayern Munich to go to Tottenham?
Yeah, but like you're saying, but okay, that doesn't make any sense, bro. Because you can't say they should be signing players like Thiago if that's just an unrealistic signing. You only get that type. Wait, hold on. You only get that type. Wait, my bro. Wait. I'm asking you a question.
Unrealistic signing.
Name me. You're saying central midfielders, right? So I want you to name me 5 central midfielders that they can sign.
Whoa, I don't know about 5.
Okay, 5 that they can.
Yeah, that will make them better.
Oh, wow.
Off the top of my head, I can't name right now.
I can't lie to you. You can't say. All right, listen. You can't say they should be doing X,
try
Y, and Z.
Give us one.
And then you don't have an example.
Okay. If they really wanted to get a central midfielder, Thiago, but you wouldn't want to go. That's the only problem.
So
Thiago is the only person that could make Tottenham's midfield better.
Yeah, in terms of that, he's a ball carrier and he can create. And in matches when you're going to play against teams that are going to defend deep, you don't necessarily need a lot of attacking players on. You need a creative player on who can feed the attacking players.
I hear that, Jim. Thank you very much for your call. Remember, it was great. It was eventful, just like last time. Make sure you call in again because you are something.
Bro, stop.
Thank you very much.
Right,
listen.
Let me respond to that, bro.
Let's be clear. Tottenham do need central midfielders. He was right on that fact. Dembele's aging.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer is probably a basic Jordan Henderson, like a very, very stripped down, less effective Jordan Henderson. So he needs a midfielder.
Right, shout out to Fonzie Pep because he brought some good names, but even then,
what did he say?
Not Fonzie Pep, Promo. He just said
What's
Ruben
he said?
Neves. Now I agree with him. Like, aside like Tottenham, of that profile, you need to go for young players that are going to be world class.
Right.
Like those are the kind of players you're going to need to go for. So as an example, Frankie de Jong from Ajax, massive potential. Even then it'll be a bit difficult because Barcelona are really, really trying to get him. So
how many have we seen though come from the Dutch
hold on.
league?
Let me finish my point. Yeah. So that's another one. Fonzie, have a word. Ndombele from Lyon. Top player. Even Torreira, even before he came to Arsenal, you need to get those players that are good enough to make you go up another level before their value goes skyrocketing high. So unfortunately, and I feel the same way about Arsenal, by the way. I think Arsenal are in exactly the same position. You need to go for players that will be world class and will look at your side as they're competitive enough for me to have a high enough profile to perform, play in Europe, so on and so on. And then when they get to that level, aka Luka Modric, then they move on. That's the kind of talent that Spurs need to sign. I think instead of going for central midfielders, you need to prioritise getting a good enough striker where you're not just relying on Kane to give you the numbers that he's been giving you. Right. But even then, that's difficult because
Vincent Janssen, Llorente.
It's not even. I don't think those were the right players, but I think that's difficult because you know Kane's going to start week in, week out, and you know they're going to play one up front. So as a young, talented striker that wants opportunity, i.e. someone like Marcus Rashford, I'm not saying this is Marcus Rashford, I'm using him as a player.
Yeah.
Can you convince him to sign for your club knowing he's not going to get you, like you're not going to get a lot of minutes?
Game time.
But is it going to give you enough of a contribution that will push Spurs to be title contenders? I think that's very, very hard. I think with centre midfielders is a bit different because there's enough centre midfielders that are of good quality that can, you know...
They had Luka Modric, didn't they?
They did.
But that's the kind of signing they need to go for. Like, you need to go for young, potential world beaters that will give you 3 to 4 years of great form, hopefully elevate you.
And but it's easier said than done.
Exactly. And
because as you was going on about the Dutch league, how many players have come over all look great in the Dutch league, have come over and absolutely stunk the place out.
But that depends because a lot of that is
I go with Memphis Depay, for example. Players like that come over.
He's playing well in the French league.
He's come over to the Premier League. They can't, maybe it's our league that they can't.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Di Maria came to England from a Champions League winning
Real Madrid
side where he was one of their best players, and he came and he didn't really set the world alight.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's the Premier League that they can't cope with.
It's not even about coping. I think it's difficult to move regardless. Like moving to a league is one challenge. Then you got the team. Then you got the tactical style. Then you got the formation. So it isn't just that league is that league, and then we're the Premier League, and then they can't cope. It's a variety of things. I think with Spurs, same thing with Arsenal. We're in this weird space. Liverpool have started to do it really, really well because they've gone for players like Fabinho, even though they paid obviously an arm and a leg. Van Dijk paid an arm and a leg.
Hasn't even played with.
I don't even know if Spurs have that kind of money, but that's the type of players they need to go for. Naby Keita,
but they got all that money from Coutinho, didn't they? Now that was clever when they bought Coutinho.
Right.
Let's go.
I mean, that was clever business.
Yeah.
Because they sold him for 120 odd.
Yeah, 120 odd mid.
That's why they got the money to spend on all these players. What people don't realise.
We are going to take.
Oh, and sorry, very, very good point. Zuba39 says you're saying that the Dutch league is, not great. You got Vertonghen, Premier League success. Davinson Sanchez, Premier League success. Ericsson, who for me is at the moment
Suarez.
Top 5 number 10s in the world, Christian Eriksen. So Dutch league definitely has some talent.
Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
Yeah, my name's Captain and I support Liverpool, mate.
Your name's Captain?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, for the purpose of the score, you're definitely Captain. Let's go.
Hello, Captain. Yeah, go for it. Tell us, what do you think about today's game?
Well, I don't want to talk about Liverpool's game because there's nothing much I saw from there. It's kind of boring, but obviously I'm still happy for 3 points. I really want to talk about Man United and the absolute calamity that's happening over there.
Okay. What do you want to say about Manchester United?
I feel like it's the wheels are falling off the bus now. I feel you guys are in panic mode, and I was watching the stream from before, and I don't understand why the other Man United fan is like kind of underplaying it. It's confusing to me.
All right. First of all, I just want to set the record straight. Not anybody in this building currently supports Manchester United, but I maybe I can understand because we're streaming on the.
I thought the guy with the hat did. That's my bad.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the guy from before. I think he was just saying it's a good Wolves side, and he was trying to give props to them, which I completely understand because they performed well today. What I'm more interested in though is why, as a Spurs fan, and we've just watched a Spurs game.
Liverpool fan.
No,
You're a Liverpool fan.
I'm a Man United fan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, that makes more sense. Sorry, I'm
completely misheard for us. So I'm happy days.
All right, that's fine. Oh well, then.
He's a Spurs fan.
Well, then in that case, go on. Talk to us about Manchester United. I thought you were a Spurs fan.
I just feel like from the get go, I feel like if I would compare Mourinho's situation, it's like going to uni and picking up a degree that you kind of know you're not gonna do anything with, but you just close your eyes saying fuck it, let's see what happens. And now you're about to graduate, it's your fourth year, and you're realizing that he's not for you. And I feel like you should sack him definitely.
That is an interesting analogy. I can't lie to you.
Interesting in the sense that it works.
When I look at Man United, every part of it, from the midfield, for everyone he's signing, the quarter coming out, everything's just bad. I don't see any positives right now from it. When you're comparing it to like a Klopp situation or a Guardiola situation, I think and I rate Mourinho. I think he's for me.
But you know they finished above you last season, right?
Say again.
They finished above you last season.
Yeah.
So how can you say you don't see any positives, bro?
But yeah, but finishing second in
he
the
supports
league
Liverpool.
been much. Same thing. But if we finish second, I wouldn't really care.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So when was the last time?
Did they contend for the league that year? I'm confused. I forgot.
When was the last time Liverpool won something though?
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm talking about Liverpool as a history. I'm talking about Mourinho as a manager.
I mean, personally, we're not even meant to be talking about Manchester United or Mourinho, but since you brought it up, I have to point out what you're saying. You can't insult Mourinho and Manchester United when they finished above you and have won more trophies than you in recent history.
No, I'm not. I think, if you ask me my opinion, I think Mourinho, as a manager, is the best manager in the world. I just don't see them two fitting together, that's all.
Right, okay, all right, fine. We got to the crux. Thank you very much for your call, sir. Apparently, Mourinho and Manchester United are not. I feel like I've just gone back in time because we went and did
going back to Spurs. When I saw a conversation during the midweek after they lost to Inter, they said, cool. Do you think there's an issue with maybe Pochettino not knowing what his best starting 11 is? Because and then you at the moment you've got Vertonghen, Alderweireld. Well, yeah, but like this season, you've got Alderweireld, you've got Davinson Sanchez, and you've got Vertonghen, and I think Trippier is his first choice right back. But you've got Trippier and you've got Aurier, who for me, I consider Aurier the superior right back, genuinely speaking. But Trippier's been a better right back.
Rash as hell.
No, he's rash, but I think that's a conversation for another day. It's debatable. That's not a thing. I think with
he's got problems because he's got players on their last year of the contracts as well, haven't they? He's got Alderweireld on his last year of his contract as well.
Oh yeah.
He's also got problems where I heard this morning.
After this, we'll take the call.
This morning, there was a thing about there's a bit of a dressing room revolt because Kane is earning 200 grand a week.
You do have to be careful with those kind of things though, because obviously it could be like I agree with you in terms
I'm just saying there was a revolt. There seems to be a revolt about Kane's wages because the other players feel they should be up to, like Christian Eriksen, feel that they should be up to that sort of standard as well, wage wise. So I think there's that to be taken into account as well. So that
hit us. There is
in January we're going to see some problems.
Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. Are you here to talk about Liverpool or Spurs? That's what I want to know first of all.
I'm an Arsenal fan and I want to talk about Spurs.
Let's do that. Come on. What's your name?
Let's talk about Spurs. Adam, how you doing? First of all, Claude, I see you.
Thank you very much for asking, bro. Thank you.
I'm good.
Appreciate that.
I want to tell you guys something. When is the media going to start asking for Poch's head? Because he might have won today's game, but he is not going to win anything with this team. Okay. He's not going to win anything with this team. Give this team, this 11, to Mourinho or Pep, they win something. I guarantee you. Pochettino is not going to win Spurs anything. He's going to quit on them. He's going to find a new job. He's a fraud.
Can I ask you a
and
question?
it's not just me saying this because I'm an Arsenal fan. Look at it. They have the best back four. They have a World Cup winning goalkeeper. They have a world-class, let's call it how it is, Harry Kane. He's a world-class striker. What the hell is he doing? He's not doing anything with that team.
What's your name, sorry?
Egal.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What should Spurs be, like, what should they be winning?
Okay, Spurs, they have 11, when you talk about it, 11 versus 11, every single team, compare them, they have a comparable team. The problem is organization and Pochettino. One, Pochettino, he likes to change up the team a lot when it comes to different games and everything. Like, he's not focused on having the same 11 out there, and it's his own pride. Like, he sent Kyle Walker out the door. Kyle Walker wanted more money, but he sent him out the door. Last year, Albion didn't play much games after he got injured because Pochettino seen that his mentality was he wanted more money. The club and Pochettino are in cahoots when it comes to a money situation, and they're never going to win anything unless they start focusing on fixing their problems within.
I think there's 2 points there. Well, from me, I don't know if these guys.
I think they've overachieved with it.
I
think they've done really well with it. I don't think. I completely disagree.
Yeah, I think they've overachieved with the squad that they have. I think the first point to note is that football's not just a game played by the 11 on the pitch, but it's a squad game. That's the reason you have a 23-man squad that goes into the Premier League. So while I understand that man for man, 11 v 11, they have one of the best starting 11s to match anyone in the top 6. But I think if you start looking at their squad depth, that's when you start to see.
Not Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. Especially comparing it to Man City and Liverpool, and to a certain extent Manchester United as well.
Not even Chelsea.
Not even Chelsea. Okay. I think that's where this difference starts to come in.
Okay, can I say one thing?
Of course you can.
They always talk about Pochettino being this great developer of youth and bringing through youth. When you think about it, he doesn't really bring through a lot of youth. Over the past couple of years, he hasn't brought too much people through. All he's brought through is Harry Winks. People always used to make fun of Arsene Wenger for bringing through youth and all these things, and praising Poch over the past couple of years over his squad. But when you think about it, Pochettino hasn't really brought anyone through recently.
Okay.
He gave Harry Kane the chance, didn't he? Though?
No, that was Tim Sherwood.
No, but that's how many years ago, Claude?
That was Tim Sherwood. Really?
Yeah. No. He's the one that eventually pulled him through.
I'm certain
it was Sherwood, but I mean he's become the player that we know under Pochettino.
Fair enough.
Is what we can say.
He was getting lost. He was going to Millwall, wasn't it? On
his first Premier League start was from Tim Sherwood, I believe. But yeah, listen, I'm just trying to be objective here. I think Spurs are in the toilet, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate and evoke.
I don't think you need to play devil's advocate.
Hey, they have the best back four in the league over the past couple of years. Am I wrong?
I agree with you. I think prior to Virgil van Dijk moving to Liverpool,
Spurs?
Everyone was saying that Alderweireld was the best defender in the Premier League.
But
I don't think Liverpool conceded that many goals.
They haven't.
But I think, all right,
another clean sheet.
But the thing about a defence is a defence more than any other area of the pitch is a sum of its parts. So yes, I agree with you in the sense of they probably man for man probably have had the best back line in recent years. However, yeah, you can have the best starting 11 as well. You can have a comparable starting 11, but as he says, right, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So when you're competing in 3 other domestic or 2 domestic cups and 1 European competition as well, where you have to play your best players, because it's not like when they were playing the Europa League under previous managers where you could kind of chop and change. They go into the Champions League fixtures having to play their best sides. They don't really rotate that much in the FA Cup from what I remember either too. I think because my initial question to you wasn't so much why I didn't do this or why I didn't do that. I asked you what trophies should they be winning. Perfect example.
They should have competed for. They competed for the league, but they should have won the league that season. The reason why they didn't win is because they don't have anyone that has the history that can buckle down and win just like that. If they had a coach that's been in that situation before, Poch has never been in that situation. So that's where I'm starting to question Poch himself.
Hear that?
Because they should have won that league the year against Leicester. Even though Arsenal came above them, and I'm an Arsenal fan, and I love that.
Yeah.
Let's be real. They had a better chance than us to win that this season.
Igal, thank you very much for your call.
Let me bring my point. I think you've always got to set expectations for a team. next to the competition around them. I'm in complete agreement with Agal when it says in is it 15-16 season? Yeah, 15-16 season that they should have. Yeah, they should have won it.
Tottenham.
But but you can also.
Oh, you say that, but
let me finish. They should have won it, but you can also say that about Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't think it's fair to only put that towards Spurs. It's a critique based on absolute critique. I think the only trophies that you can say they should be winning.
Yeah.
Is the Europa League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup.
And that's because you don't think they're good enough.
Year, Arsenal, if they'd have bought in January, that because Wenger was so bloody stubborn, we could have won it that year.
Listen,
right?
Every
was so stubborn, he didn't want.
Every team. Like I said, Chelsea, Arsenal, United, City, Liverpool, all could have said the same thing for different reasons. They could have said we should have won it, but we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Right? So that you throw out the window. I think if you're looking at seasons after that,
Chelsea weren't nowhere near, were they?
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like every team underachieved. It wasn't just Spurs. Every team underachieved.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the teams that were there in the last phase, right, were Spurs
and
Arsenal and Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were the teams. But Arsenal, they did not. If they would have strengthened it, I'm sure Arsenal could have won it that year as well. Because if they didn't strengthen in January, when they
I don't want to go off on a tangent because that's not really like the crux of my point. The crux of my point is that when you look at a team and what you think they should be winning, Bayern Munich should be winning the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
PSG should be winning Liga. The Premier League isn't like those leagues. There is no team that you look at and think they should be winning. Even as good as City were last season, you've also got Liverpool. You've also got a United side that have enough talent to be contending, and you've also got a Chelsea side that won the league very, very
2 out of 3 in the past couple of years.
Yeah, so
bro, let's take some more calls.
Yeah, so I think.
But everyone going on about Spurs, Leicester really deserved it.
Yeah, you can't take away credit from Leicester.
Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support, Mister?
Jim.
Who?
Jim.
Jim again?
Yeah, Jim again.
Jim, what happened? Why's your voice croaky? What's going on? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
All right, speak up though. We can't hear you.
So what I want to say, what Chris, I think his name is, he asked me to name 5 midfielders.
Man went away and did research. He went away and did research.
Okay. Ratings.
Yeah, go on.
I rate that.
Go on,
Jim. Yeah, go on. I rate that.
I haven't got 5, but I've got 3.
Okay.
Let's talk about those 3. Yeah. I like this. Go on.
The first one's Kondogbia.
Okay. Kondogbia. Okay.
Another one is Kovacic after his loan from Chelsea.
That's someone I thought about, but you're gone. And who's the third?
And the last one's Brozovic.
All right, break down each three of them and why they should have signed them. So let's start with Kondogbia.
Okay, Kondogbia, he's the most for Dembele in my opinion. I just looked at one of his stats. It was dribbling. He's got about 80% dribbling success rate, similar to Dembele.
Okay.
He's probably one of the most press resistant players around because you can't really press him into mistakes because of his dribbling's that good. The next one is what's it called?
Kovacic.
Yeah. He's more of a ball winner, and when you can have a ball winner, you can release some of the defensive burden off of Eriksen. So I think he's another good signing that they could do.
Is he a ball winner?
Let him finish. We'll reply.
Yeah.
Let him land.
Yeah, he is a ball winner. Against Arsenal, he came on for 20 minutes and he got 6 tackles and interceptions. Kante averages about 5 or something like that.
Okay.
Just a bit of context there. The last one's Brozovic. He's a controller midfielder. He's also press resistant, but not with his dribbling ability, but instead his passing ability.
All right, cool. Okay. Let me reply on that.
By all means, Chris, take it away, bro. I'm gonna say
all of them are good players. I think Kovacic is a potential world-class central midfielder, so that's a good shout. With Kondogbia, he's not better than Dembele. Just plain and simple. We're talking about centre midfielders are going to take him up another level. Kondogbia is not that midfielder. He's good enough. Yeah. He's good enough for Spurs, but even then, he's not good enough to start for Spurs if you look at what they currently have at the moment. And yeah, that's Kondogbia. With Kovacic, that is a kind of signing I think they should have tried to make. I don't know if it was available to him like that because you've got to think about with Chelsea. Okay. Well, yeah, there's money. Money's a big thing. But I think even money aside, if Chelsea and Tottenham both go for you, I think you go.
Wage structure more than
anything. Yeah, and there's the wage structure, and I think also it's even Chelsea didn't get Kovacic on a permanent deal. I think in his mind it's like, well, Modric is 33 going and getting older. There's room for me to get back into that Real Madrid side. And even if he was available for a permanent transfer, I don't think, even though Spurs should be trying to get someone like him, and I think he is capable of...
Do you know what I've got against loan transfers, though? I don't think you're going to get the full commitment from the players.
Exactly.
I don't like loan transfers.
Jim, thank you very much for coming back a second time.
And with Brozovic, I mean, I don't want to talk about Brozovic too much because I've only really seen him here and there for Inter, and obviously watched him for Croatia. I think he would actually make that centre midfield better. I think there are games where I would go Dembele and Brozovic against like weaker sides. I wouldn't necessarily start him against the strong sides or the sides in the top 6. But, the point I'm making is it's not easy just to name 5 midfielders.
Did you say you had one more?
Yeah, I had one more thing to say. No, you know how you just dismissed Kondogbia sort of thing? You said he's not as good as Dembele.
Yeah.
Why can't he become as good as Dembele under the so-called unbelievable coach, Pochettino?
And we are going to address that point. Thank you very much for your call.
Remember, it's only opinion. It's only his opinion.
Go on. I just don't think he has the ceiling to be... Because Dembele, for me, is already a top-level midfielder. So to be better than Dembele would suggest that Kondogbia is going to be a world-class midfielder. Kondogbia will never be a world-class central midfielder.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when was Kovacic a ball-winning midfielder?
Yeah, that was a madness. Bro, that's that. All right, let's address that. Let's address that. Yeah. All right, some fans, you don't need to stop doing this thing that you see players and you see
people look at stats too much,
and you look at stats and stuff and think, yeah, you know that player. Kovacic is not a ball-winning central midfielder.
Remotely,
that guy is a proper box-to-box playmaker. That's what he is, and he would actually make Spurs better.
He would make Spurs incredible. Him and Eriksen, I don't want to know.
Yeah, like if you have a holding midfielder there and you're playing Eriksen and you're playing Kovacic, that would be a world-class central midfielder.
Yes.
That's probably the only name that you've mentioned that I feel okay, he'd upgrade Spurs. But again, is it feasible? Is it realistic to expect?
Oh, Dele Alli in there as well, boy, mad.
That's why I don't like these assists when they go on about assists, like stats on assists. I don't.
Why not?
Because you could be passing the ball 30 yards out and the bloke shoots.
Do you know who's got loads of assists? Ozil. Ozil's got loads of them. So Ozil's. No, I'm joking. We're not gonna do that. Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I will have a row.
All right. Obviously, we've spoken about Spurs. Let's touch a little bit on Brighton.
Trash.
Chris, whoa. First of all, big up Chris Hughton for the job that he's done at Brighton, because up until today, I don't think there's many other managers that could do what he's done. Right? Yeah, they were poor today, we can admit, but realistically, what should Brighton be aiming to do? Are they just avoiding relegation, staying up. Making up numbers?
Yeah, staying up, and I think you should try to. I'm sorry to cut you, Claude. I think they're capable of staying up. I don't think they're that bad, but I think I don't see what they're trying to do to help them progress past that. And I know that's very hard to do because on one hand, staying up in the Premier League isn't easy, right? But on the other hand, you need to be doing things, I feel, tactically or in terms of maybe your signings that suggest that you're trying to step up to the next level. It isn't like 10, 15 years ago where all the top teams were getting all the money. Like now, it's 2018. You're getting money. You're getting money now. So there's enough money to go around. And also, even in terms of player recruitment, you can find good players like gems.
Well, I mean, like they bought the top scorer in the Eredivisie.
I can see there's 2 teams that are definitely down for me. Definitely gone.
Is Brighton one of them?
Cardiff and Huddersfield. I think Brighton are fighting with about eight teams there for that last spot.
Where are they currently? Where are they sitting at?
So right now, before the loss anyway, they're on 5 points and they were 13th. But it's very tight because literally you've got Newcastle on 2 points.
Yeah, and plus it's only a few games gone. Yeah. But I think you're looking at it at the moment.
A few games gone. Nothing.
Yeah, but now looking at the moment, looking at the way these teams are playing, I think them 2, you can just cut them out.
For me, like I've only seen Brighton play on a couple of occasions this game and versus Man United, and maybe it's not fair to judge them on those 2 games because you're playing against 2 drastically superior sides.
Yeah. Well, they beat Man United, didn't they? So.
But at the same time, I don't see enough in terms of the way they play that suggests to me that they can go on and step up.
But should they be intending to
as well? Yeah. They've picked up a couple today. I don't think
even the individuals, like even individually, I don't see enough quality there. So,
but should they be intended to step up? Because obviously we had the callers before during the Manchester United show who said that Manchester United don't play football in the same style as Pep or Klopp. But there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Of course, yeah.
Now, obviously, Brighton have an identity. It got them through the Championship. It got them promoted. It got them through the first season in the Premier League, and they stayed up. Do they really need to be trying to emulate Bournemouth or what's another team, or Fulham that play progressive football.
No, it's not even about. It's like, the thing is, I didn't even mention progressive football or a certain style of
you
football.
Said better though.
I said better football.
And we both know what you mean.
No, because better football for me is another dimension to what you already do. So, for example, Bournemouth play what you would consider more progressive football than, say, Atletico Madrid. But I say Atletico Madrid play better football.
They're playing better.
I think they. I don't think they do. You know?
I think there's something.
Or the Atletico Madrid that we're like used to. Do you know what I'm saying? In that sense of like.
Watched them this season. They look
no. They, to be fair, they do. But I'm talking like the iterations that we know. Like a team like Atletico, like low block, really intense pressing style, very direct. I think you can play the complete antithesis of something like the Bournemouth style or the Spurs style or whatever, and be successful. But you just got to do it better.
Okay. Hello, you're free to FanPark Live. What's your name? Who do you support?
My name is Umar. I support Liverpool.
Your name's what, sorry?
Umar,
and you support Liverpool. Okay, talk to us, bro.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
But I wanted to talk about Spurs. So you guys generally think that Pochettino's been doing a good job then with his squad this season?
Well, it's hard to just say because there's only 6 games in.
This season?
Like, okay, I'll like, as a Liverpool fan, I've been looking at our defence and he's played like the same back four pretty much. I know he had to change it today because I think he had an injury or something like that. He played Matip, but usually, if you look at the most consistent teams, they usually have very solid and secure back fours.
Yeah.
He changes his system at the back quite a lot. Like he played against Liverpool. He played a different system. And then he left Alderweireld and Trippier a yard when he went to Inter Milan. He's changing it around a lot. Don't you think that's going to have an impact?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? I think, first of all, I think you're right. It may have an impact. But imagine it worked. Imagine he sprung a tactical surprise which completely caught Liverpool off guard and completely caught Inter Milan off guard, because bear in mind they were winning right up until the 90th minute. What if it worked? Would we not be heralding him as a tactical genius?
Then it's calm, innit? If it worked, then yeah, he's a champion.
Okay.
But it didn't work.
Right.
That's the thing.
But even then,
like if you look at all the top teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid or whatever, if they have all their back four players are fit, they start.
I hear that.
Whereas he rotates them.
I do.
I don't know that. I think that's like poor management.
Prior to 6 games in of this season, because bear in mind that it's still incredibly early, or 7 games in if you include the Champions League.
Hold on.
The previous 2 seasons, we were saying that Pochettino was a great manager. We were saying that he's up there tactically with Pep Guardiola. So now because of a couple of bad results, or 3 on the bounce, we're saying that all of that gets thrown out of the window and he no longer counts. I don't really see how that can work. But go on, Claude.
Is he rotating them because of the work? Because they all come back late from the World Cup, haven't they?
Yeah, so you got Trippier.
They've all come back late from the World Cup.
Alderweireld.
And maybe that's what he feels, that maybe a couple of them need a rest. So that's why he's maybe shuffling them around and giving them.
I think that there's credibility. I think there's credibility to that. I think you look at Trippier, you look at Alderweireld, you look at Vertonghen, you look at David Sanchez to a lesser extent because Colombia didn't get as far into the tournament as Belgium and England. Even Rose, did he? No, he didn't start. He was young, sorry. Maybe that's a reason. I just find it interesting because on one hand, we were criticising Chelsea at one point and Conte for always playing the same team, right? So, like, we need to make up our mind. Are we purely saying that an approach is wrong depending on the results? I think that's very kind of short-sighted. Sometimes there are other reasons as to why they're not getting those results. I just think at this point, it's too small of a sample size to say, do you know what? Like, this is the reason why this is happening. I think you need to kind of just chill for a little bit. Spurs, actually, he was doing a lot of rotating even before. Even last season, it was going from a 3-man back line to a 4-man back line. Sometimes it'd be starting Wanyama and Dembele. Sometimes it'll be Dembele and Eriksen. Sometimes it'll be Eric Dyer. Sometimes Ali will be playing centre midfield. Like, he actually rotates quite a bit.
He does.
And we haven't really.
Well, you were giving examples of midfielders there.
Sorry.
But I'm just talking about just the defence. Like usually, the best teams in Europe, if the top, they don't really change the systems or the back lines. They usually keep it. Whereas Spurs aren't a team that generally do that. And I know that it's worked in the past, but is that their downfall this season? You think?
Claude's got a question for you.
Man City do it, and they're champions of England. So
Yeah, like even before Laporte signed for City, it was Stones, Otamendi, company were getting rotated. Obviously left back less so, but Danilo and Kyle Walker and Delph was always rotating in terms of he was playing full back for him.
So Umar, what do you have to say to that?
What the heck, 9 boys. Don't know, you basically proved my point wrong.
Thank you very much.
Sorry about it. Sorry,
Umar.
mate.
I love a man that can accept defeat. Well done. Big up you. Yeah, I'm applauding that. I respect that a lot. You know what, Claude? Well done. That's the best thing you've done today.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. No, but it's true. I think you've been absolutely right today. There's this premature knee-jerk reaction syndrome. And as I said, Pochettino last season was up there with the best in the league. Because he's lost 3 on the bounce, all of a sudden he's not great. I'm guilty of it myself. I still think Spurs are in the toilet, and I'm not going to stop saying it.
Well, we've talked about like the magic number at the moment being 10 matches, right? Mm-hmm. So right now they're on 12 points in 6 games. Yeah. Their next fixtures are... I'll go through them now. Sorry, give me 2 secs. So you've got Huddersfield away. Win. You've got Cardiff at home. Battering. Interesting one, West Ham Spurs away.
Mate, that's going to be... I don't know. I'm saying West Ham.
Spurs at home?
No, West Ham at home.
West Ham at home. I'm saying West Ham win.
And then you got City at home.
Bye.
Man City at home.
Yeah. So I personally think you're looking at minimal...
At Wembley. That's going to be played at Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a thing about them moving the fixture or something.
Nah, it's going to be... So you've got, in the next 2 weeks, you've got Huddersfield and then you've got Cardiff. So
well,
I think...
Got a nice couple of wins to get their confidence.
Right, and then you've got a break. You've got a 2-week break.
Yeah, that's fine. Gives Harry Kane a rest.
Yeah. Right. Well, he plays for England.
Like, yeah, but he'll get a rest.
Yeah, and then you've got... And I think Spurs are capable of getting a result against City, personally speaking.
I actually thought that was a bit naughty at Southgate.
Do you reckon?
I think them players have been playing all through right to the semi-final, and he knew Kane needed a rest, and for a game like that, I think he could have easily arrested him, really, and I think it's a bit naughty.
What, in the first game?
In the first game.
Yeah, but he's playing in the UEFA Nations League.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is the biggest
glorified friendly. Come on, let's get it right. It's no qualification for the European Championship, is it?
No, it's a separate competition altogether.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a glorified friendly. It's not a proper competition.
Claude.
How can different groups? Yeah.
Yeah.
So who wins that?
I think it's not wise to really speak about it unless we know the full format.
I believe what happens is the top 2 teams then go into a league or a competition in 2019. They play each other, and then the winner of those leagues, the winner of those leagues go in to play each other. Then they form another league. Whoever wins that league is the champion, the UEFA Nations League champion.
Yeah, but it's not a qualification for the champion.
Nah, I don't.
It is. So basically,
it is.
So the 4 group winners from League A will qualify for the finals to be played in a yet to be decided European City in June 2019. 4 nations, 1 from each league, will also qualify for the UEFA Euro 2020 finals.
Boom.
So it is worth something.
There you go.
So you only got to finish in the top 2 in a 3-team group, yeah?
Nah, it's the winners of each
group, yeah.
From each league.
Each league.
I think it's pretty clear we don't have a flipping clue what is going on in the European Nations League.
Let me actually read the format.
Clearly, it's not just a glorified friendly. There's something
there's something online. It is competitive, and I don't think you should take it for granted. I mean, it says here, let me read it quickly. Let me read it quickly. According to the approved format, the now 55 UEFA national teams will be divided into 4 divisions.
Wow.
12 teams in each league.
Lovely.
12 teams in League A, 12 teams in League B, 15 in League C, 16 in League D. In each league, 4 groups are formed. So there's 4 groups within each league.
Hold on, but they're playing in groups of 3 at the moment.
Yeah, because listen, you know what? It's fine. It's late on a Saturday. Everyone's getting ready to get ready and go out. You don't need to be hearing us trying to do multiplication and division.
It's mad. There's actually promotion and relegation in this.
Yes. So let's leave it at that. But all right. So Tottenham.
This is important. Never mind you go out dancing or wherever you're going.
You gotta go. It's Saturday night, baby. Hey, you gotta go out and boogie.
Yeah, dancing, is that what you call it? Yeah?
Dancing.
Them days are over for the likes of me.
Nah, Claude, you can still go out, bro. You're in good nick. Love that. All right, guys, where do we think Tottenham are gonna finish this season?
I think
top 4,
3rd or 4th.
I'll go third or fourth. I think 4th. I'm going 4th. But yeah, like they've got 4 games. I think they're capable of winning all 4.
Okay.
They're capable of winning all 4. And I think
they'll beat Man City.
I think they're capable of beating Man City at home, yes.
Sir, get off the fence. Give us a proper answer. I know they're capable. Will they?
It's hard to tell right now because you don't know who's going to be available.
Do you know what?
You need to know what form that both teams are going. Like let's stop doing this thing like we're trying to like.
Christophe, please give us an answer, please, Monsieur, my friend.
What's Arsenal's
I'm not going to give an answer at this point.
Okay, fine.
I think they're going to get. So that's what 12 points, 12 potential points.
Which means they're on what 24.
I think they'll get 9 max.
Okay.
Yeah, what's Arsenal's next 4? Let's see Arsenal's next 4. See how close they're going to be to Spurs.
Yeah.
Because I think they've got a good run.
No. Arsenal, we should be getting maximum points for like the next for ages.
Unai Emery, baby.
Everton.
We've got Everton at home, Watford at home, Fulham away, Leicester at home. We should be winning all 4.
Gang. We're going to win every single one of those games. I promise you.
Do you know what's the tricky one out of that lot? Leicester at home.
Yeah.
Really and truly, I think we should be getting maximum points all the way up until the 4th of December when we face Man United away.
And even then, we'll win that game.
And we
guys,
got Man United away soon. Yeah.
No, that's 4th of December. That's not really
it's a while. So,
and we've got Liverpool soon as well.
Even Liverpool at home, I think we should be winning.
Okay, finally, how many goals do we think Harry Kane's going to get as well? Just to
Let's see. He's how many?
Roughly
25.
25. Okay.
I think you're being a bit optimistic. I don't think he's going to have that great.
He starts slow. I think every year he starts slow.
This year he's just started slow. Or he's delayed it a little bit more. I reckon he'll get over 20.
You got 30 last season.
I'll go 20 goals. 20.
He's already on 4, and he's been playing trash. He's got 4 and 6, and he's been playing bad.
He takes the penalties, doesn't he? So you could be right. He does take the penalties, doesn't he?
There you have it. Guys, thank you very much for watching. We will be back. Well, I certainly won't be back until October. So yeah.
Well, where are you Monday then?
Monday, I'm not here, Claude. I've got other.
Hey, Dashin one said Claude should go to recess. You man are moving mad. You man are moving mad.
Make sure. Listen, everybody go recess. I told you already. I'm telling you again. Everybody go to recess and wear green. Don't forget it.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
no, you don't need to know.
Guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back another day.
They should never give you man the internet, bro.
Listen, everybody go recess. Thank you. Peace.
Oh my God.
Woo! Real fan opinions brought to you by Wash and Go.